In the beginning of Parshas Vayetze, we encounter Yaakov Avinu on the run. His brother Esav is trying to catch up to him to kill him, and as he is running away from Beersheba on his way to Haran, to the house of Lavan, Yaakov Avinu happens upon a place, and we're told Vayifka Bamakom, he comes to this place. What place was it? So it was the same place where his father Yitzchak was brought to the Akedah. It's the same place where the Beis Hamikdash would later be built. It is the holiest place in the world. It is Har HaMoriah. And that place is where Hashem made Yaakov fall asleep at night. Suddenly the sun went down and Yaakov couldn't travel anymore. He had to go to sleep. And that was, of course, Hashem made it as such because he appeared to Yaakov in that dream and promised Yaakov his incredible future of the nation of Klal Yisrael, of who we would be today. And the Torah tells us that as Yaakov was preparing to go to sleep, it says, "Vayikach me'avnei hamokom," he took from the stones of that place where he was going to rest for the night, and he placed these stones around his head as protection from wild animals. And later on in the morning, we're told, "Vayikach es ha'even." It was no longer stones, but it was now an even. It was one single stone. So how are we to explain this? Was it multiple stones or was it one stone? So Rashi explains that the stones were actually fighting. These inanimate objects on some level were fighting because they all wanted the schus, they all wanted the merit for the tzaddik, for Yaakov, to rest his head upon them. And therefore, Hashem made a miracle and Hashem combined the stones into one so that they would all benefit and there would be no fighting. Everyone, since they were united, they would feel that they had the schus, they had the merit for Yaakov to lie his head upon them. We ask ourselves the question as to how many stones were there initially, and the Torah doesn't say specifically, but the Medrash Rabbah fills in that information for us. The Medrash says that Yaakov took 3 stones and placed them around his head, and Rav Yitzchak Pechnevisky suggests that the number 3 is not insignificant. Why? Well, we're told in the Mishnah in Pirkei Avos that the world rests on 3 pillars: Torah, Avoda, and Gemilus Chasadim. And without each one of these 3 pillars, without learning Torah, without dedication to tefillah, to prayer, and without acts of kindness, the world is not sustainable. And people may argue as to which one of these foundations, Torah, Avodah, or Gemilas Chasadim, is most important for a Jew to fulfill. The answer is that each one of the foundations, each one has its role. And Hashem shows this by combining these 3 stones into one stone. Hashem combined the stones into one so that we understand that each individual stone, each individual pillar cannot take on its significant place without the others. There are some may suggest that one could have Torah without prayer, without avodah, or one could have Torah without Gemilas Chasadim, or one could have Gemilas Chasadim, Chesed, and not Torah. Hashem says, no, this is not the case. We need all. Our dedication to Torah learning, our dedication to tefillah is just as critical, crucial, important as our dedication to chesed, to kindness. And we can't fool ourselves into thinking that one of these pillars is more important than the other. As we continue to focus on ourselves, to better ourselves during this difficult time for Am Yisrael, as we continue to focus on our tefillah, as we increase our Torah learning, as we increase the acts of chesed that we have with each other, let's remember that we need all of them together as a zechus, as a merit for Am Yisrael, for the Jewish people, for the soldiers, for the hostages, for Israel. We need all of the merits that we can get, but these 3 pillars, they start and they begin with a combination of each other, with turning all those pillars into one giant pillar, one stone. May we, Klal Yisrael, have the unity that these stones had under the head of Yaakov Avinu. May we keep that unity, and in doing so, may Hashem look down at us and bless us, and bless all of Am Yisrael and Klal Yisrael with true shalom, with true peace. Thank you for listening, and have a good Shabbos.